Why does Andrew Luck wear number 12? We're going to get to that right away. It's all biblical. Let's start off with what came out of Andrew Luck's mouth. Why does he wear number 12? He said he just wanted to continue his dad's lead and to continue to wear the number 12, but I like how his name is Andrew, and it is Andrew the Apostle that is the first disciple of Christ. And St. Andrew was the first one to recognize Jesus as the Messiah. So there he is. He is a saint. He is the first of 12 disciples. This is precisely why Andrew Luck wears number 12. It has everything to do with the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ. The first called is Andrew Luck. In the Gospel of John, the first disciples are Andrew and who is the brother of Apostle Peter. So Andrew, Simon's brother, was one of the two who heard what John had said and who had followed Jesus. The first thing Andrew did was to find his brother Simon and tell him, "We have found the Messiah." Andrew is often called protokletos, or first called. Andrew is a Greek name. Protokletos in Gematria equals 49. There have been 49 Super Bowls played in the modern era. It is Revelation in Gematria that equals 49 as well. Moving on to the Gospel of Matthew. They report the call of the first disciples by the Sea of Galilee. As Jesus was walking beside the Sea of Galilee, he saw two brothers. Simon called Peter and his brother Andrew. They were casting a net into the lake, for they were fishermen. "Come, follow me," the Messiah said, "and I will make you fishers of men." At once they left their nets and followed him. They were fishermen. And this is precisely why Andrew Luck's 53rd career game occurred against the New Orleans Saints. Andrew is a saint in the Bible. He is the first called, the most important disciple, the first one to recognize Jesus as the Messiah. This is precisely why Andrew Luck is going to face the Saints in the Super Bowl. Let me say it again. The Rams have zero chance of making the Super Bowl. The Bears have zero shot of making it to the Super Bowl. Because I have nailed the riddle. And I'm here to break it down and decode it to you precisely and to the point. The first called, the first disciple, the first of 12 disciples. The first called equals 61 in Gematria. It is Andrew Luck's full name. Andrew Austin Luck in Gematria equals 61. I have also said that he is going to be the 61st quarterback to start in a Super Bowl. You know, the Colts are the 6th seed and the Saints are the number 1 seed. So it's fitting that 6 versus 1 forms a 61, and that's precisely what this biblical riddle for this NFL season is all about. It is, do you believe in Luck? And do you believe Luck is going to bring his men back from a 1-5 start? Andrew the Apostle equals 69. It is Colts. It is Atlanta. In Gematria, that equals 69. Remember, they started 1-5. That's what the 15 Pythagorean Gematria is referencing. Rematch of Super Bowl 44 equals 69. Peyton Manning threw the game. They run that little pick play or whatever, and he throws a ball, you know, right past Reggie Wayne. It was a joke. The Jesuit order equals 69. It is the Jesuits that rig the NFL. This is a Jesuit tribute. It is a biblical plot that is being played out. It is all part of a script. And let me show you some date durations that revolve around the day of Andrew's feast. Andrew's feast is on November the 30th. That is his feast day. The amount of time from the day that the Colts started 1-5 to November the 30th, Andrew's feast day, is a time span of 47 days. In Gematria, it is luck that equals 47. It is St. Andrew the Apostle, or rather, St. Andrew equals 47. It's supposed to be luck. It is, do you believe in luck or you don't? This narrative was reinforced back in October. I'm going to link everything at the end. So, the first of 12 disciples, St. Andrew the Apostle equals 87 in Gematria. It is 12. It is luck Super Bowl that equals 87 in Gematria. But get this. We have the Christian Mike Pence, President Pence, 72. St. Andrew the Apostle equals 72. We have the Blue Wave. We have Vice President Pence, the former governor of Indiana. Indiana, where the Colts are at. I like how Peter is Andrew's brother, and it is Peter and it is New Orleans Saints in Gematria that both equal 64. But get this, the first disciple. The quarterback named after the first disciple, Andrew, Indianapolis, both equal 60 in Gematria. But get this, the first disciple of Christ in Gematria equals 104. It is St. Andrew. St. Andrew equals 104 and 32. It is Christ that equals 32. It is disciple that equals 41. And there's a time span of 41 days from Christmas Day today to the day of Super Bowl 53 on the 34th day of the year. The first disciple of Christ is Andrew, and it is Andrew Luck that's going to be playing the Super Bowl against the Saints. St. Andrew, the first one, right? And in Gematria, once again, it is Jesus that equals, let's see, Jesus Christ. I thought Jesus equals 34. Maybe in reverse, Pythagorean Gematria. Indeed, Jesus, you see, Jesus equals 61 in Gematria. It is first call that equals 61. It is Indiana that equals 34. The Super Bowl on the 34th day of the year. I find that very fitting. Also, the amount of time from the 1-5 start to November the 30th, the feast day of Andrew, is 6 weeks and 5 days. That forms a 65. Well, it is Andrew in Gematria that equals 65. And get this. We have the Blue Wave on November the 16th, 11-6. 1 month and 16 days. Together, these two numbers form a 116. So there is your first date duration in tribute to this upcoming Super Bowl. Well, the Pope just turned 82 years old, Pope Francis. It is Saints that equals 82 and 19. It is the Super Bowl that's going to be played in the year 19. And once again, it is Lux Super Bowl that equals 82 in Pythagorean Gematria. Andrew Lux Super Bowl, that would be. There it is. So, moving on. We have this date duration here. 86 days, September the 6th to November the 30th. Andrew's feast day, September the 6th being the start of the NFL season. I think it's Pope Bergoglio that equals 86. Let me try typing it out. Maybe it's Jorge. Funny how Jorge Bergoglio equals 82 in Gematria. It's Saints that equals 82, and he's 82 years old, and Saints to be facing off against, Andrew the first call. Maybe, okay, Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 86 in Gematria. That is what is significant about the 86 date duration from the start of the season to Andrew's feast day. But let me try Andrew Luck's birthday. this funny enough how the amount of time from Andrew Luck's birthday to November 30th. Remember, the only game that the Colts won during their 1-5 start occurred against the Redskins at DC. That was where Andrew Luck was born. So we have 11 months and 2 days from Luck's birthday to Andrew's feast day. I like how it is Andrew Luck in Gematria that equals 112, and also it is Drew Christopher Breeze in Gematria that equals 112 as well. That is significant about that week duration. So moving on. So there's a total of 65 days from Andrew's feast day of November 30th to the day of the Super Bowl. Again, it is Andrew in Gematria that equals 65. If you include the end day, this would be 66 days from Andrew's feast day till February the 3rd. I like how this is the 66th season for the Indianapolis Colts. It is title in Gematria that equals 66. And once again, in the Gematria calculator, it is Andrew in simple Gematria that equals 65. So, moving on here. This is all I have to say. I believe we would have to see what Atlanta represents. But if you want to talk about his year of death in the year 62, I like how this Super Bowl is going to be played at Georgia this year. In Gematria, it is Georgia that equals 62 and 44. And it is Faith that equals 44 in Gematria. Funny tributes for the New Orleans Saints and the first disciple, Andrew. I mean, this is all really scripted, biblical tributes. I mean, it really is unbelievable. What that person asked me about, I'm sure, I'm sure Andrew Luck's name or his jersey number is biblical, but I cannot recall where I saw that comment from. 5 BC. Andrew Luck is going to win the Super Bowl as a 6th seed. Andrew Luck is a snake in the Chinese zodiac, birth year 1989. He's going to keep Tom Brady at 5 Super Bowls. It's Colts, that's 5 letters. Frank, 5 letters. Reich, 5 letters. And Brady has 5 letters. And he's going to remain at 5 Super Bowls. So that's what I take away from 5 BC. Let me check Galilee. What that is referencing here. Number 1, remember that New Orleans Saints equals 64. It is Roman Empire that equals 64 in Gematria. He was born at the time of the Roman Empire, when they ruled over much of the Western world. His birthplace of Galilee. Remember that it is Andrew, and it is 7 in Gematria that equals 65. Well, G is the 7th letter. Galilee in Gematria equals 33. There are 33 prior days to the Super Bowl. I like how Darius Leonard was the top draft pick this year, other than Quentin Nelson. It's Darius Leonard that leads the league in tackles. It's Leonard. Darius Leonard equals 60. Indianapolis equals 60. I like how Leonard equals 69 as well. And that kind of player was what was needed for the Colts to be able to carry out this script of, Andrew the Apostle leading this gigantic comeback down 1-5 to beat the New Orleans Saints in the Super Bowl. Andrew, the first called, and the 12 disciples. This is precisely why Andrew Luck wears the number 12. And to cap this off, it is the year 2019 that equals 12. And when you talk about the Jesuits and what Andrew Luck represents, Andrew Luck is a good guy that America is rooting for. Frank Reich is a really big Christian as well. He is the guy that really ended the Patriots' Super Bowl winning dynasty, and he is going to be the guy that ends the Patriots' run of winning AFC titles. He ended their run of winning the Super Bowl titles. What Frank Reich is going to do is end their run of winning the AFC with Tom Brady. It is all coming to an end. What Andrew represents is punishing the Saints for Bountygate, and what Andrew's going to do is what this whole Joshua tribute is punishing the Patriots for Deflategate. Now, I know sixth grade science, and I know the ideal gas law. Deflategate was all a scripted fake news scandal, but what the Jesuits are punishing the Patriots for, I bet, is Spygate. So this is what this whole tribute represents, and this is precisely why Andrew Luck's going to knock off the Saints, the Patriots and the Saints to win the Super Bowl. So I hope you understand why Andrew Luck wears the number 12, and I'm really excited to see this all play out. Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, Happy Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa you to everyone out there. Gematria, numerology, and astrology. As always, I am always back for more.